sending letters out on Monday having to do with the trade deals. Could be 12, maybe 15. You know, Secretary of Commerce right here. And I guess, Howard, I would say it could be maybe as many as 15 or so. And they'll be going out on Monday, and some will go out on Tuesday and Wednesday, and and we've made deals also. So we're going to have a combination of letters, and some deals have been made.
We are expecting on Wednesday two things. One is perhaps a couple more trade deals. So far, the US has only done one with the UK, one with Vietnam, one with China, potentially one with the EU, one with India, but that's only five, albeit big trading partners, when this tariff actually affects over 150 countries. So the second thing we're expecting is actually there will be 100 letters that will be sent to about 100 countries, which will say that they're going to pay 10% tariffs and they don't need a trade deal. When the Trump administration invited negotiations on Liberation Day, when they announced the tariffs on April the 2nd, it was always going to be a stretch as to how the US could negotiate with over 150 countries. 90 days to negotiate even a simple trade agreement is pretty challenging. And that's just with a few counterparties. So if you think about over 150 countries, I think it wasn't a surprise. We were going to end up with more of a template, which is what we have, which is basically most small countries with not a big trade surplus with the US will just pay the 10% across the board tariffs. So tariffs are a tax, so that means that what American consumers buy will be more expensive. So there's across the board 10% tariff. If companies pass on even some portion of that, that means that costs are likely to go up. So most economists think that inflation will rise in the US. At the same time, the US has passed a massive, tax bill, which is going to cut taxes, mostly for people on higher incomes. So there's always a number of things that's going to come together to affect the American consumer. But I think the immediate impact is probably going to be pricier things you buy abroad and probably not a lot of domestic options to switch to straight away.
I think that, this sort of approach to the tariffs that Trump has taken can be used as a negotiating tactic for a slightly fairer approach as he sees it to trading between the United States and other countries. And so to that end, while he might make a big deal about the tariffs and, how much revenue they might bring into the federal government, my sense is that he wouldn't actually want to see them implemented because of the costs that would then be passed on to consumers and the drag that have on economic growth across the United States.